system, and this will be given over by Eran, who is what we know today, is known today as the Jira Guru. In any case, if you do have a question, just write your question as last week inside the chat box, and keep yourself on mute, and unless it's really absolutely important that you say something, but always have your questions inside the chat box, and everyone will get it to you. We'll get to the questions afterwards. And if Eran asked you to speak, then also unmute yourself. So Eran, go ahead. You can start. And don't forget, Eran, to record on the bottom. Press to record this meeting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I see it's recorded. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so good morning, if it is morning. We will start by reviewing some of the concepts that we have. So I wanted to know, unmute yourself, who knows what the initiative is, epic, story, subtask, according to what you've been learning in the lecture?
Yeah, more or less, I think we know.
Okay, so now we will see how we translate these concepts. Initiative is a constant, like a category. Epic is a group of things to do in order to get released. Story is the piece of work for one team that should be completed in a sprint. And subtask is if a story involves several people that can work simultaneously, we can use subtask. Now I saw that you have been starting to work with the system, which is good and almost do not need any training. So let us look at this Jira system. For us has now several components. The first component is the Jira system, core Jira system. Another component is called the portfolio, which is should be helping us to manage work with several teams. And there is another system here that is called the Confluence, which is a documents system, which there we keep our work documents. So let's start top down. So the portfolio. In the portfolio, we go to the only plan we have here now. It's Solicam plan, which is what you see here. And it is divided in hierarchy to initiatives, which is the top level, which is constant, like categories. Epics, which is the group of work to be done. And under Epic, we can have several stories. And in some stories, we can also have subtasks. So let us work like, let us start top down. So first of all, what we do now is create an initiative in this portfolio. Portfolio is a system that helps us to make some kind of work plan, and if we are happy with this work plan, we will commit this work plan to Jira. So let us choose an initiative. let us make a new initiative. Someone has an idea for an subject which is an initiative.
Simulation.
We created the initiative simulation. Now, under simulation, we can create epics. This epic will be created in the Sol project, which is the project that keep all our issues. This is our epic, simulate new tools, which is under simulation. And in this epic, we can have several stories to do. Now, after we selected this hierarchy, which is initiative, epic, and story, we can assign it to teams. First, we will put it under a release. We want these things to be released in this version. If we know how much work this involves, we can write it here. We can write the initial estimation. Then we can say that let's say tool 1 will be done by team A, tool 2 will be done by team E, for example. Then you see that this epic is a cross-team epic. In these systems, we have teams. Each team have members. For each member, we have its capacity, which means the amount weekly hours that he can work. We have the team weekly hours. So this system allows us, if we know how much work is involved, allow us to calculate how much time this release or this plan will take to execute, how many sprints, all these things. We're not getting into it now. We're not in full control of this system yet. We are just starting. So at this stage, we did a plan. We see on top that we have 4 uncommitted changes. So when we will commit these changes, this plan from the portfolio will go to Jira, to the Jira core system. So let us do this. He showed me what changes I did to the plan. I say, okay, I want to commit these changes. Done. Now we will start to work, we leave the portfolio, we start to work with the Jira core system. Jira system is the issue management system. It is divided mainly into projects. Each project is a collection of issues. If we want to look at the issues according to see all issues in a project, or we want to look at issues filtered by some kind of filter, we use the board. So here we have several boards. our current plan is to work with this project, and the boards that are related to this project are the team boards. Team G, Team R, Doku, E, A. All these teams look to the same project, but what different the board is, each one is filtered to have its own team. You remember that we have assigned team to our stories in the portfolio and we committed, so each story now is assigned to a team. So if we open a team board, it should show us only the stories that relates to this team. So now we are in Team E board. We have several views here. This the important views for us is the backlog and the current sprint view. Okay, so what do we do with the backlog?
Are you asking the people in the meeting what we do with the backlog?
Yes, I don't remember. Do you remember what we do with the backlog?
Well, I think if we remember correctly from our training last week, all issues are put to the backlog. So those are all of the issues or things we would like to work on. And when those things are ready, I believe we are able to add them into our sprints to actually work on them.
Yes, so what is the action that is performed on the backlog? The product owner, what the product owner should do on the backlog?
Now you're testing my my perfect listening skills.
Okay,
I think
so
yeah, I don't remember exactly. I mean, I know we're supposed to review them. I remember we're supposed to make, our backlog should be at least 1.5 sprints.
yes.
Chris said that they should be organized by priority.
Yes, so the main, the backlog is built very simple, in a simple way. What is on top should be executed before what is below it. So this is the priority of execution. There is a process that is called grooming. Grooming means
yes.
Something related to gardening or something like this. What?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's yeah. Well, I mean, you can grooming. Well, grooming can be grooming your hair. People that women that take care of their hair, and also nowadays lots of men who also take care of their hair. So grooming can be taking care of your hair, your facial hair. It's grooming.
Okay.
The term for gardening is pruning, I believe.
Okay, so I was told about grooming, and this grooming means that this backlog always have to be prioritized. There are special meetings for grooming, and in the grooming we review from top to bottom the issues that we have here, and we should decide maybe this is more important, we'll move it up. Maybe this is less important, we move it down. And also, when we created the, where is our Team E? I'm looking for my, this is tool 2, which we did now.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So now, let's say that we are a product owner, and we take a look at this thing. We want to evaluate it. So first thing, we need to ask the team, how much work involved in this thing? What do you think? Give me some. Give me some.
4 days.
4 days. We write 4 days. So we know this issue should take 4 days of work. Now let's review this this task. Let's say that this task is related somehow to a fly spray thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do, we go and say link. If it is fly spray. If it is linked to Jira issues, like related tasks, we write the issue here or search for them.
Mm-hmm.
Start to type Sol, I get a list. Confluence is documentation. If we have documentation for this thing, we can search for the document or add links to the relevant documents. And this is if this is fly spray, we can go take a fly spray task. For example, let's take the this one. And we can write it here. If I want to add something, I write it here, and then I say link. Now I can see in my issue links the related page, fly spray task, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Okay, now let's go to the description. Why I cannot? The description, if I want to edit it, I go to edit. Okay, in every issue we have what is called acceptance criteria, which says if this issue, if what we did meets this criteria, this issue is considered to be done. So let's say tool type is in tool table, all ration types can use it, appear in simulation. Okay. Okay, I update this issue. Let's see if there are more things that we need to do. Oh, there is another thing. Every issue, especially features, have what we call product manager. Do you remember what product manager is and what is the difference between product manager and product owner? Anthony, you are the excellent pupil in this.
Yeah, no, this I do not remember what was the
Okay,
difference between
so
the manager and the owner.
Okay.
And the
If I
Scrum
remember
Master.
correctly, the difference is the product manager is someone who's an expert in in a specific area. Whether it be he be the expert in saying, telling what to do, how iMachining is supposed to work, or another expert is how the 2.5D is supposed to work. These are the experts. Those are product managers. Product owner is the one that actually decides inside the group itself, inside each team, what the priorities are, or say what priorities go in. Okay, make sure the priorities are assigned. That's what the product owner does. He's basically responsible.
The product owner, for example, Sydney, have to take the backlog of his team. It's product owner per team. and his responsibility is to groom the backlog, meaning make sure that the top of the backlog contains tasks that he already reviewed, they have estimation, they have priority, see that everything is ready to start executing them. And after and the product manager is responsible for technical information regarding these tasks. So if I want to know what this thing, what this tool issue, how it should behave, or technical questions, this is the person I should call him and say, I don't understand, what does it mean? How should it work? Let's say product manager for this tool is, who can it be? Product Sydney. I start to type Sydney, for example, yes. And this is a field for users, for one user. If I want to add comment, I will add comments. Okay, so I reviewed this task. Okay, when I finish to review this task, I want to say that its state is a state of ready. You see here, the status of this task is to do. After the product owner review the task and see everything is there and it is ready to execution, you need to go. Anton, you're a product owner, yes?
Yes.
Need to go to this thing.
I think you go to edit. Do you go to edit and then change it?
No, you go to more actions and then you choose, this is workflow, then you choose, this is ready. Okay, now it moved to ready. So when we do the grooming, everything that was ready, we know that it was reviewed. We see that this thing was not reviewed yet. Maybe it's something missing, but we move it, for example, to ready also. Okay, so now we are starting to take a look at the backlog. And we find out that we want to create another issue, not from the portfolio, we want to create it from here. Okay, so what we do now is create new issue. Here is the issue type. It can be general task, it can be story or bug for us. Let's make another story. Because this board contains a filter, if I just create this issue, it will disappear when I create it because it doesn't have a theme yet. So I want to create this issue with a theme. So instead of just typing the title and press enter and see it disappear, I will go here. And first thing I will, not to forget, I will say this is this theme issue. In the summary, we see that a new tool, whatever. Okay. Here we can say to which epic it belongs. What was the epic that we used before?
It was just SolidCAM, was
No, it was
simulation. Simulation.
Simulation. New tools, this or whatever.
No, I think you made a new one that was just called Simulate. Maybe it's down at the bottom.
Okay, I don't remember like this. I start to.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was Simulate New Tools. Sorry.
Maybe whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
it's a new epic. Yeah.
Now this issue is under an epic, and it will go under the initiative that we decided before, because the epic belongs to initiative. We don't talk about sprint. Anthony is fantastic for product manager. Okay, labels we don't. Let's see what we have here more. Okay, this is okay. We create it. We then say that it will take 5 days. If we want to add link to it, we link to it. If there are, if we need to have it, add attachments, we do this from here, like drag and drop or browse. In the description, what we should write. If I want to add a link here, you know, this is a classic editor, so nothing special. Okay. So we are done here. I just move it up because it's very important to me. Okay, in this board, we have already existing sprint. If I want to see the sprint, everybody know what a sprint is?
I think so. That's our 2-week working time.
Yes, sprint is a 2-week time that we decide what issues we want to work on in these 2 weeks. And when we start a sprint, in daily manner, we go and follow up what is the status of the tasks, what should be done, what each people are working on, if people need help. We will do this very soon. Okay, so let's go to the sprint view because I have an open sprint. In the sprint view, we have the status of the sprint. Sprint issues are arranged according to the status. I can stand on the issue, see what is needed to be done. Usually it should be in state of ready because it should be reviewed before we started the sprint. Now every user can see the issues that belongs to him. And in a daily meeting, what is a daily meeting? You are doing daily meetings, yes?
Yes, we have
So
our daily meetings.
What do you do in the meeting?
We review what we worked on. We review what we're going. Each person. Mark actually runs it. Wait, actually, well, it's early for Mark. I won't make him talk. So Mark runs the meeting because he's the Scrum Master. He goes through each person, starting with himself. He says what he did in the previous 24 hours. And then he talks about what he's going to do in the next 24 hours, and he brings up any potential roadblocks, things that are stopping him from working on his issues. And we meet at 8 o'clock Israel time, because that's 10 a.m. for Mark, 1 p.m. for us on the East Coast, and 8 a.m. for Doran. So we meet every day.
I heard Doran, he has a nightly event.
Yes, he does. Yes. He dresses up and everything. It's very nice.
Okay, so now in the daily, I guess we look at this active sprint, yes. We talk about each task if we need. If I started to work on a task, this doesn't relate to the daily. I move it into in progress status. If I finished the task, I move it to done. Let's say we did all these things. This is not done. Let's say we started it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let's say we got to the end of the sprint. We are in the end of the period of the sprint. We do complete sprint. This is according to the time of the sprint. We do complete sprint. Was an incomplete subtask on the following issue. Wow, where do I have?
And that one in SOL 35, I think you have a subtask.
Yes, and
So if you
we have here a problem. Where am I?
Yeah, then you have to click on subtask, right? At least from what I found, you open this opens the task, and then right below your mouse in the middle it
Just a
says
minute.
subtask.
Let's go to the. We have team boards and we have the entire project board.
Okay.
And which one was the 28?
Well, the main one was 35. So it was the main was 30.
This one.
The main was.
Okay. So I move it to done, and I'll return back to my. Wow, we are in the middle of a problem. No, we are okay now. So now we try to complete the sprint. There is a problem with the filter here that I talk with our beloved Jira company, why I cannot see the subtasks in the teams, in the team backlog and in the team sprint backlog. It will be resolved. Now we do complete. We have more. 39
and 28.
This is not nice. 28. And 39. Okay. Now I complete the sprint, hopefully. Yes. And now what it tells me that 4 issues were done. Usually there are issues that were not done. I say complete. And it tells me, hey, this is retrospective time. What is retrospective?
We'll let Chris answer this one.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
In retrospective time is when you review everything that was done in the sprint and you decide what was done well and what was not done well.
And if needed, we make action items.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay, so we have here retrospective time, and we want to create a retrospective document. So we say create. This retrospective will be created in the Confluence. Very, very important thing, each team and other things have its own space in Confluence also. So if we are working on team E, for example, I want to create the retrospective in my space. So now I do next. I will give it a date, retrospective. I will call this team E, retrospective, and I do create. Document appears. What did we do well? List of items. Give me what we did do well.
We properly estimated the time for the tasks.
And here we didn't do well.
We were interrupted with other things at solid with other tasks. I don't know how to say that, but
My English is interruptions.
Yeah, so the interruption stopped us from completing that one task.
Okay. And what would we like to do? If we need some actions, let's say I say that I put a strudel, and let's say that Anthony should do something. Okay, and I guess this you will have some kind of notification.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this, yeah.
And when we finish our retrospective, we publish it, and this document was created.
Now, does that actually get linked to our sprint?
I think yes.
Yes, please. Yes, please. In the link pages. When you check the report for the sprint, you will see link pages and you'll get it. One link.
One linked page. It's next to the chart, yeah.
Let's see what we have here. And then we know what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can check it from all the retrospectives in the Confluence, or per sprint go to each retrospective.
Okay.
The page 3, the retrospective will have all the retrospectives in one place.
What is this? Oh, never mind. Okay. Back to Jira. What did we had with making bugs? Let's go. Let us create a bug. Put it in the backlog. By the way, things that we didn't finish, returning back to the backlog. Let's create a bug.
Ron, just a small question. When we're working, or when something, or when an issue is marked as in progress, is there a percentage completed or anything that we do to the issue?
Percentage completed? The issue was completed. Let's
no,
go.
I know, but let's say the task that was the issue that was not finished, and then that got pushed. Assuming that was in progress when we closed the sprint. So would we say that task, is the person who's working on it, does he say, hey, I'm 50% done with my task? So that way it shows like the proper.
It's like a pregnancy. There is no half.
I didn't see
Okay, that's okay. It's fine. We didn't see it either. I was just wondering if that's something we were, I think Ryan asked it one day when we were working if he should be marking things as, 10% complete, 50% complete.
I think the idea is that the issues are relatively short tasks that should be closed in a sprint. And
So you don't care about time. Okay.
So you don't care about this time inside an issue.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This is what I think, but maybe there is a possibility to.
I think I am not saying there should be. Ryan brought it up when we were doing our stuff, and I wanted to.
Okay.
That we came up with the same thing. So continue.
What we thought that could be done, that if the task is you have multiple stuff to do, you can break it into subtasks, an issue, this story, and then you can move to done the parts, and then you can know if you have done.
Yes, but you saw we had a problem with the not finished.
Yeah.
I think if something goes beyond the sprint, it should be broken to several issues. Or the issue return back to backlog and continue to work on it. But usually the idea for an issue in a sprint, the thing that is written in the issue should be defined to be completed in one sprint. This is a time unit. But there are cases that it doesn't work. If you see that it is bigger, maybe you can divide it into several issues, put it in an epic. Okay?
Okay. Fair.
Okay, so now this is the Jira board without the portfolio. Let's see how we create epic here. Okay? Let's create a new epic. You remember what epic means, yes?
A bigger.
Epic is a collection of stories that can take several sprints to be accomplished. And it contains several stories inside. Each story should be completed in one sprint. Okay, so now I want to create an epic.
An epic should be completed in one release.
Yes.
This is the requirement.
So now I want to create a new epic. You see from this side, I can press here, I will get the column of versions, which we talk soon, and here I have the column of epics. If I want to close, I close this column and it goes to the side. I can choose the epic name, whatever. Give me something? But because we are working on a team backlog and we have this filter, we have to take into consideration the team. So I want to see the team field and select it. If not, after I make the epic, it will disappear. Okay. What additional things I need to write in epic? I'm not sure if I need to write a definition of done about epic or all the issues are done. This is enough. But you talked about definition of done, acceptance criteria.
We did, but I don't. We were doing acceptance criteria for our stories, but I don't remember from our training what we do for epics. So. Maybe
if it is
maybe she did
needed,
talk about it. I just forget.
okay, if it is needed, you should write here whatever, in order that if there is, or there is another idea, if all the issues under the epic are done, it is done. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we either decide what would be a list of criteria to consider it done, or we say when all of the stories in the epic
are done, we consider it done. This is for we are now experimenting with the system. We need to find what is the proper way for us. Product manager. What more? Okay, I create the epic. In the epic there is a small view and a more detailed view. Let's see if I can create an issue in the epic. Yes. I immediately go to my team. Then I who is the expert in this thing? Whatever. I would say Harald, but let's make another issue. I have to remember my team. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Here we see the epic link. We can estimate them. We can add description, for example, acceptance criteria. Whatever. Then we can, now you see that this epic contains 2 issues, 1 week, 4 days work. Can minimize it. If I forgot, if I want to add more things to this epic, I can just drag it. Okay. Now we have 3 issues in the epic. Also, I can decide on which version this work should be done. For now, I have this version or release, we want to call it, and I can decide that this thing also should be here. I drag it here, or I can decide, press the shift, all of this should be here. If I want to close these columns, I close them. If I want them back, they are here. Okay, now let's see how we create a sprint. We press here, small backlog of sprint is open. We can drag here what we want. Prioritize inside, it's not so important, I think, but also in general what is on top is most important. We start the sprint. It is here. We can see what we want. We do all these issues here, then we can complete the sprint if we want. Gennady told me that he want to be prepared in advance, and also easy for him to divide the backlogs to several sprints. So I can, even in sprint is running, I can create more sprints, define these things into the next sprint, and this is how we configure or plan our work. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the portfolio. Let's see what we have there. Here we can see the work. We can see the sprints. From here we can change sprints if we want. We can calculate things. The calculations mean if there is not enough time and sprints are open, it assigns it to future sprints according to the priority. Here we have estimation in days. We can say that I think this would be 9, but I add 3 more days for uncertainties, and we can play with these estimations and calculate, see how it reschedule it. If we are happy with what happened, we commit the changes. It should also update the boards in Jira. But this system is running, so maybe things are not working as smooth. What more do we have?
Iran,
Okay, yes.
in the portfolio shows the portfolio epic issues without initiative.
Ah, okay.
Down.
If we added from the board, from the team board, we have issues without an initiative.
And
So
issues without parent epics.
an issue without parent epics. So we can assign an initiative by pressing on the issue. Give it an what is
No, these are real.
Yeah, those are real ones, so don't touch our real
Yeah.
ones.
So Anthony, please do some cleanup and create epics and initiatives for you guys.
I will at the end of this meeting. I'm going to ask you guys some naming conventions and how you want to do this. So I have it written down on my paper to ask you.
Start your own. We don't have. We haven't thought about naming conventions. No, nothing.
Okay, so from here we can assign epics, assign the upper level, assign the parent level, these things.
Yeah.
Want to close this, can close it. If I don't want the changes I did, where did I do it?
Revert.
Revert on the top. Revert changes. Okay, keep it as it was. Okay, what more should we talk about? Let's create a bug. Okay, I want to create a bug in the backlog. How do we create a bug? I saw some kind of, wow, yes. Who is the QA representative? Is there one here in this talk?
Yeah, me, Stanislav.
Okay, so okay, now we hear better. So according to bug management, this is the workflow that we thought about. If there are tasks in eSupport or in FlySpray, these tasks are assigned to the product owner and he should convert them into issues in Jira. If from another team someone open a task, he should give it to the product owner. But I didn't show you a very important thing, how to assign tasks. And if the team open tasks, it just added to the backlog. So let's go back to the backlog. Even go here. I didn't show you a very important thing, is how to assign. So this is in the people section, and the task should be assigned to Chris. Did I press OK? Yeah. Sorry. And this is how we assign the tasks. And when the task is assigned, if I press only my issues, I can see only my issues in the sprint. Okay, this thing I forgot to show you. And any more things that we need to show? Here we can have reports about sprints or progress. Let's see what we have here.
The release report for the release. Yeah, the ship.
Yeah, on the ship. Ship is shipping. So here we see how our release is progressing. Where do I press here? Here I see how many issues I have, how many done in progress, left to do. Okay, I think this is for now. Now, you want to show something related to the Confluence?
Yes, go to the Confluence SolidCam space.
We go into, here we have spaces, go to the SolidCam space.
Yeah, so this is the place to put some general documentation for SolidCam, and on the left you can see in the page tree working agile style in SolidCam, and Here you will see all the what was on the blog, but in it's a different format for with pages. You can open page and links and check what's going on.
You can see what is backlog, epic.
Okay, so everything is here. So in SolidCam space, you will put some kind of company-related working styles and stuff like that you want to add. In each team space, you will put all your documentation related to the team. All the retrospectives, all decisions you or working style you want to, the Scrum Master told you that you should work in the team, in the specific team like this. Maybe you don't want to open subtasks. Maybe you don't want to do something that as the company we said we should do, but it doesn't work for you. So team related will be in the teams space, and there is a space for initiatives, right? Check, I think it's in this. No, check the spaces, view all spaces of this directory. Yeah. And there is a space for
Here?
initiative. Yeah, I think that this is a place to write documentation for projects. So we will be able to handle later what's new and documentation and everything that are related to the projects should be in I think in this area.
Okay, let's write a document for a fake project. Okay?
So
Do create, yes.
yeah. And here's a
Project requirements,
little,
for example. Okay.
yeah. There are templates to these things that will help you.
Uh, uh, let's see what we can find here. Okay. Simulate new tools. One.
Yeah, click, yep, and then click which one you want.
Insert. Draft, whatever, designer, developer. If I write strudel, then the designer will be Avi. Developer Philip, QA, Ira, whatever. Goals, page title. What did we put in page title?
Nothing.
Nothing. Ah.
No, the title should be so the name of the epic or the project.
Okay.
Sol 51.
Can I write it? Sol 51. Like this. Let's
Yeah.
call it, what was it? Some kind of...
I think, yeah.
Okay, here we write whatever we want and we make publish. Solve 51, simulate new tools. Let's go back to Jira. Is it here? Where is my epic? Where is Solve 51?
I don't know. What if you view the, isn't there an issue, is there an issues? Need to view the whole company's,
The portfolio.
Ah, sorry, I
yeah,
was here. Okay. And now I want Solve 51. What was the name?
it might have been under simulate new tools.
Ah, okay.
Was it? Yeah.
And here I have one linked page. What is it? This is our linked page. Okay. If I want here I have the issues that relates to this. And let's say I want to add a linked page from Confluence here. So I can go from here. If it is the first link, I go from here or from here. Confluence page. Search for a page. Let's see what we can do. New. This was in initiatives, yes? Yes. So now we did the link to here. Have it here. So this is how we link pages from Confluence to our issues in Jira. I don't see anything in my board. So if I don't see it, I make clear all filters. Then I see everything. And are there, Avi, do you think there are more issues we want to show? We didn't show how to add a bug. Okay? This is so essential, so I have to make one bug. For the only QA representative here in this.
No, there are more.
There are more.
Support
Look very carefully how we create a bug. I press on a create issue when I am in a backlog of my team. This is team E. I press here. I want to make it a bug. I press here to get the full dialog. First thing I go says this is for my team. If I know what is the team. This is typical bug. Description. And we create the bug. If we want, we can, I think if this is related to some epic that we are developing, we should link it here. And if we know how much it take when we are talking in the meeting, can write it. What happened to me? And we can put the bugs on the next sprint. Okay, now we are only starting with the systems. I guess there will be problems. Any problem or thing that you forgot, you can ask. I think this is all for now, or if there are any more questions.
Oh, I have questions, but I'll wait until anybody else has theirs.
Wow, I see things here. Daniel, is it possible to one member be shared between two or more teams? One member to be shared. When you ask to be shared, what do you? Maybe you can speak so I understand exactly the question. What do you mean shared?
Okay, hi Aaron.
Hi.
So basically, if for example, I'm also included in some part of the documentation team. Of course, I'm not included in any of the teams here, but just I'm curious, is it possible to one team member be shared between the teams?
So the question is, one member will be shared. You mean it will participate in the daily of two teams and the meeting of two teams? I think we try to avoid this thing if it is possible. But maybe yes. You mean sharing with documentation team and another team?
Yeah, for example.
So the documentation team, I don't know if we figured out exactly how it will work. So I guess documentation team, I prepared for it a team backlog, and then issues that need to be documented. We create a new documentation issue and link it to the issue that it should document and put it here. But I don't know about the product owner of documentation team. Maybe it will be Ira, and I don't know about the question of can one person participate in several teams in the daily meetings or other meetings. This is not clear, but you can ask Ira what.
No problem.
We prefer everyone will be in his own team. If it's only documentation, so maybe we'll have some exceptions, but we prefer that everyone will be in one team, and that's why we divided everyone to a different team. And eventually, everything he's doing right, he will do will belong to his team. He will not have to do work for many teams. He will do only work for his own team. This is what we prefer. About the second question for fly spray, fly spray will still be alive. As you can see in the document, You can find it through the Confluence or other methods we shared this document. FlySpray, we are still keeping it for communicating bugs from outside the development. The development will only open, the QA will open only in Jira tasks, and all the data related to the task will be in Jira. If we want to communicate with others, such that resellers and stuff like that, then we will go to the FlySpray and comment there, ask questions there, getting answers. But all the things that now every reseller can see, that I ask Raisa to do something and stuff like that, they will not be able to see it anymore. So, and we will move all the bugs and feature requests from FlySpray into the Jira backlogs. So FlySpray will eventually die. About searching bugs, I think we can search for issues inside Jira. Maybe Ran will be able to see or to show.
I didn't try to search for issues, but we have something to search for issues. But your question is more sophisticated, I guess. You want to eliminate similar bugs. How do you do it now in FlySpray or in other systems?
So far, what we have in the FlySpray was, as you probably know, the problem is that I'm trying to, many of you already tried to find some, already reported bug, or you are searching for how the things are working. And what was very hard in the FlySpray, as because the names of the reported bug are just everybody. There is no, how to say, some rules how the bug should be reported, and easier to track it, right? So I think that this thing in the Jira should consider that in order to easier find some task or some bug, already reported bug, or anything.
Okay, this we don't have a plan exactly how to do it now. We should discuss this with the IRA. This is an important issue, and we should discuss it with IRA how to organize it so we will have better searching abilities to eliminate the duplicated bugs.
I think that's a very, very important before anything start to be added in Jira.
Okay. So we also have some kind of, okay, we will think about it. More questions?
Hi, this is Subodh. Hello.
Hi, we hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask that, like FlySpray, we come to know that if we choose the filter option that task assigned to me, then it shows whichever the task assigned to me. But how I can see here the which tasks are assigned to me in this?
Okay, I go to the board, my team board,
Okay.
and I say only my issues. And I see the
Board,
issues
my team board.
from your team board. We have team E.
Yeah.
Sydney wanted to be called Team S for Sydney, G, R, A. We will change names later. So when you go to a board, whatever, and you log into the system, you say only my issues, you see the issues that is assigned to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. If I don't want this filter, I press again, it's gone. More questions?
May I guess?
Yes, Anthony.
Okay, Aran. What is the meaning of life?
42. How much? 42.
42. That's
Yes.
perfect. It's a good answer. Okay, so uh, regarding the epics and the initiatives, what should we do? I mean, I see here we have IP 1, 2, 7, 6, and I see there's tool table, simulation, integration, machine sim, wire EDM.
All what you see here is
Yeah.
my fake things for me to play with the system, except if you put your true things here, which are we should have. We should have. I think we have categories that are constant in our systems, like we have in fly spray. I think this is what should be on top of this, or a new thing, like a.
I think we've talked about the vision team, vision forum. The vision forum should actually create these initiatives. The product managers and product owners should then take the initiatives and break it into epics.
Yes, the criteria he asking like this: what I call an initiative, what I call an epic, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So
initiative, I think we wrote what is initiative and what is an epic.
Okay.
And what is a difference.
We will go here. We go to the space of.
No, but even in the
solid
presentation a week ago.
You want to look at the representation? Here it is.
Fine. Go to the
initiative.
One up.
Cross releases, cross team, business owner.
Yeah, it's cross releases and cross teams. It's something that we are continuously developing. Epic is a single release. This is the main.
Okay, Anthony, give us example for what you are thinking about the future, and we will decide. We will try to decide how it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just. I mean, I don't know. Let's just take. I mean, you know, we have iMachining. So iMachining is already a product in SolidCAM, but we are constantly adding new things to it. So, you know, let's say I mean, as of right now, we added in our current sprint, we added 2 stories to add things to iMachining. One to make updated stock based on selected operations, and one to take the material automatically from the SolidWorks part and to use that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, these are things that are like little features that go into the big thing. So do we have like an initiative that says like,
I think the
make iMachining
initiative,
great.
great again.
No,
Yes.
no, iMachining is an initiative because it never ends. It's cross releases.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
And
Okay.
now you should decide if what you've told me is a story or an epic. Is it a very big project or a small project?
I have a question regarding this thing also. When I browsed on your story or subtask with this API get material, I remember that Harald is here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Nia.
Yes. So you also asked for a material, no?
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. I was wondering about that story. Yeah.
Yes. So now you are implementing something that Harald needs, but
Okay, but not. It's not. I don't know that it's exactly the same thing. I mean, I did see that task of Harold's to pass the material to the tool table, or I did see that task from Harold, but I'm not sure if it's exactly the same or is the same.
The meaning of that task was that we can get this information from the SolidWorks model or from Inventor to handle this value, this term of material, and be able to pass it to external systems. And if you got the name and use it for the iMachining, I can use this term of this material and pass it for selection or for filtering for tool management system. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I mean, what we're doing is we take we look at the target that's defined in SolidCAM. We take the first body that is defined in the target, because there can be multiple bodies, and we are just finding the material in SolidWorks that is assigned to the body.
The username of the material, yes, something like this.
Yes, we get the username. For us, we use the material properties inside. So Ryan added a bridge API.
Now we will use it. Now we can use it for, now Philip can, or somebody else can use this
yes.
to achieve this, but we didn't know about it. So
how would you? So, and this this brings up a question that I asked Avi in an email, because Ryan brought it up, which is how do we as developers share the things that we add to SolidCAM that could be useful for other developers, because we're doing this constantly. All of us are building classes or functionality that when we build it, we could say to ourselves, oh, this is something specific and nobody else would ever care about it. Or, oh, I created this functionality, i.e. this bridge function, and this might be interested for everybody, for all of the other developers at SolidCAM. How, where do we pass this information?
I was amazed how Ryan know about the Harald request. And then I thought...
He didn't, I knew. Oh, you thought he knew.
No, I thought, I was amazed, but then I thought maybe it is material for iMachining, which is very logical. So you see, but there is a shared this is a cross-team shared functionality that we should know about. So we need to think also about the mechanism or something that will help
because
us.
I was just going to throw out an idea real quick. I see in Confluence there are blogs. So I mean, I question if the work that we do as developers should be posted as a blog in Confluence, that kind of just like a forum. If you belong to a forum online about your interest in cars or you're interested in technology, anybody on the website goes and makes a post and says, hey, I found out this really cool phone. It has this very awesome camera, blah, blah, blah. And people can go and comment, and you browse and you get to see. I mean, maybe we should make a development blog in Confluence that's just a running blog where anybody can go and add some information that could be useful for other people. And then this way all of us developers and stuff can just, I don't know, browse it. And if we want to know more information, we can go and ask that information from the developer. But, you know, Ryan could have added to the blog, hi, I added this API on the bridge to get SolidWorks or Inventor material. It might be interesting for somebody. If you need more details, contact me.
First of all, some of these discussions should be at a product managers forum, and you guys should meet at least once a week to say to talk about tasks, the tasks that one wants and the other one is doing and stuff like that. So I hope all these new
this is a
ideas
lower
for
level.
Agile.
This is a lower level of.
No, but all this Agile stuff should help us be more visible between and communicate between product managers themselves. And now we'll have to find a way to use a confluence to share information between developers and other. We should try to check if the blog is the correct way, if some kind of a page tree, everyone that creates something, add a page, will have some kind of pages that people can check. We should try. I don't know.
Okay, it's okay if we don't. I mean, I was going to research this a little bit on myself, you know, to see how the blogs and stuff worked in Confluence, because, you know, so I mean, maybe, you know, I can research that a little bit, unless Iran wants to do it too, or maybe Iran and I can do it together, and you know, maybe we can see if you two want to take it, I'm fine if you and Iran want to handle it.
Anthony, we love you, and you do great things.
I agree with everything you just said, by the way.
Great again. So let's find the great again way. I think blog page for each thing, it's too much. My feeling is, so maybe blogs.
Yeah,
like a Twitter.
Yeah, something that's easy. Exactly, just like a Twitter. Yes, something very simple that Doran or anybody can just be like, hey, here's some really cool information. Use const when sending big structures between functions. It's a nice piece of information that we can all share.
Yes,
simple,
especially
little.
if you found a bug that relates to this issue, for example. Yes, we should think about it.
Okay. So all right, so I'll research that a little bit around, and if I find something, you and I can talk. So now back to our the tasks and things for iMachining. So we're saying that our initiative is iMachining, and then
for example, yeah.
say. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess there could be, but I mean, usually for us, we let's say for iMachining, we put everything. So let's say we have initiative, make iMachining great again. Then what we're going to do, I would assume, is we might have a big project. Let's say in iMachining we want to tackle a new, you know, a whole brand new toolpath inside of iMachining. That would probably be some epic. We're not doing that today, but we might.
When you say that, I understand. If it is a huge project for 2 years, I am not sure this is an epic. So this is
yeah. Okay, maybe not, but I mean, epics are still cross sprints, right? So if we had
cross
something
sprints, but for one release.
For one, yes. Okay, makes sense. Okay. So let's say we were doing a subset of an iMachining toolpath. We do these, so maybe we make some toolpath that just cuts corners or something. So we assume we can do it in a year, or in a release. That makes sense. So now we come to what we're doing today, a lot of, which is little feature requests. So you know, we have 2 feature requests right now we're working on. I was thinking that what we would do is we would just make a an epic that was just kind of called maybe, you know, iMachining epic 1.0, and we put some general functionality in it. Then we make an iMachining epic 2.0, and these things are not necessarily, they're not necessarily grouped by anything. It's just we have these, where there's always 10 or 20 feature requests for iMachining, and we group them in, we put them in the stories. We group those stories into epics on what we think we can get done in a release. And then it's not really named something special. They're just general feature requests for iMachining.
Containers for, yes. Okay.
Is that kind of, I mean, does that make sense?
It makes sense. If we want to keep the hierarchy, yes, I think we should keep the hierarchy. Initiative iMachining, epics, a group of work we want to do on iMachining. It doesn't have to be related one to each other, maybe. Mm-hmm. General improvements 1.0, like you said, and yes, it sounds good to me.
Okay, and then, okay, so that makes sense for iMachining. What if we, like, okay, for instance, Mark is working now on one of his tasks is automatic background calculation of the updated stocks. So that is something that is, I don't know, general to SolidCAM, it's for simulation, the updated stocks are used for toolpath calculation.
Maybe it's some kind of machine works initiatives or updated stock initiatives, or it is too small to be an initiative. Updated stock is a constant thing.
It is actually, yeah, it is. I mean, I guess, yeah, you could say that updated stock is a constant thing.
I wouldn't like to lose. This is a matter of taste. I wouldn't want to lose, say, general improvements initiatives, which says nothing. So
maybe infrastructure.
Infrastructure is very.
Yeah, but there epics is infrastructure can be for updated stock and stuff like that, and
we don't have we don't have epic that contains epics, for example. We don't have these levels. We have only. Okay. We will play with it and see what is useful. It is relating to the question about how we search bugs, how we categorize things that we will easily find what is relevant to what we want to know.
And Ashlesha, it will be stored in the Confluence. You wrote in the chat. Okay. All the feature requests and documentation, we will store it in the Confluence eventually. Yes.
So okay, so that actually does bring up a question we were thinking of. Where do we put the documents for stories? Does the feature request and specifications and stuff go in the story in Jira, or does it go in Confluence and then you have to link? Because like if you look, I mean, Aran, if you clicked on any one of our tasks, you would see, pictures and, C++ stuff that we did, and we're doing everything in the story.
I think it's depend on
what is your board?
Team A.
I saw big
Okay.
things.
So yeah, I mean, you could do the, either one of those. Well, don't do the. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're clicking on it already. You're right. Don't edit. If you click cancel, hit cancel here, and then in the top in the top of that bar where it says SOL 25, click on that, and then you'll be able to view the task.
Much nicer. See, this is good training for me.
You know, and this is well, no, okay, this is not a bad one. So I mean, you know, we put in the description, we did the user story, we did the acceptance criteria, and then we would do like CPP. We were calling this, you know, development notes. The other tasks have better development notes in it because this one's marks. And then, you know, and then we put screen captures in the attachments. Are we doing too much in the task? I mean, in the story?
Well, I understand the question. I don't know what to say because we don't want to.
Because Confluence seems to be very,
Maybe
Anthony, first of all, depend what's work best for you. I would say that if it's something that eventually the documentation will want to see, put it in the Confluence. If it's something only internally, some kind of notes for the algorithm or stuff like that, or questions or small details, you can put it in the story, because after that, if you would like to collect all the data, it will be a little hard if everything is in different stories to collect all the attachments. So it's up to you guys. But
you say for an epic, for example, if this is something big that relates to several stories, it is best to have a common document in Confluence. If it is,
Ashlesha will need to check it before she writes the documentation or what's new and stuff like that. It will be hard to browse between all the stories. I think, I don't know, you guys.
You
know as much as us, because we didn't
okay, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's a fair, I mean, that's a fair thing to say. Okay, so we'll keep playing. I mean, at this point, that's what we decided to do. We talked amongst us and we said, let's just start trying it and then we'll understand what works, what doesn't work. But, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for me then.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this talk.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice for you to show us some of the linking and things like that we didn't understand. And the portfolio section, I didn't quite understand the portfolio.
Yeah,
so,
the portfolio, when you try to learn it, you see that try to do the planning for you, to plan your time, plan all, see if you will really meet the schedule as you plan it according to the work that you defined. If you change the estimation in your backlog, the portfolio will take it to its plan and then you can recalculate and see how we stand in schedule. This is for higher level view.
Mm-hmm.
And for the team is the backlog. Okay, we are just starting, so for now I think it is enough.
Harald asked us a question.
Okay.
So, okay, Harald wanted to explain again the difference between Jira and Confluence.
Jira, this system is having really several systems. Jira is the issue management system. It has manages backlogs, it manages the sprints, what we see here. And the Confluence is a totally different system. It manages documents. The reason that these two systems are grouped together is so it will be easy for you to link from your Jira issues, like stories and epics, to link to a Confluence document which contain the documentation relative to these issues. Is this clear? We need to explain more.
I think I could also say that from, if I understand it correctly, Jira is similar to FlySpray in that it's actually managing the tasks and things we need to work on. And then Confluence is, the place where all of the documentation and stuff that we normally keep, on Box or something like that for all the development would be in Confluence. So yes, it's like a task, one is a task system and one is a documentation system. And they link against each other, or can link against each other.
Yeah, but it's not like FlySpray because it's also manage not only bugs and stuff like that, more all the work.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes, I think I can already say that Jira is really nice. I mean, already just seeing how you can make everything and attach everything, and it's way better than.
We bring you the state of
and much more powerful.
state-of-the-art systems, just a bit
Yes.
complex. It has many abilities, but we need to customize it exactly according to what we want. It will take a bit of time, but we will hopefully we'll do it exactly what we worked for us. Harald was asking the question. Harald, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear so far, yeah.
Okay, any question what you want, everybody can ask.
When we will get a login for start playing with?
You can start play with it now. Didn't you get an email that you can didn't get an email? Wow, this is my fault. Let's go to the list.
Oh, I missed it completely.
No, Harald.
Is he in the team?
I look for him.
He's a product manager. Yeah, and he's in a team, yeah.
Harald, did I miss you?
Oh, whoa.
Harald, this is some kind of huge bug, I will call it.
Okay, can I make a bug in Jira and assign it to you?
We fix it. We fix it immediately. Okay.
I also don't think John. I don't know if John has one.
I was just going to say if you could add me also. I was just asking Chris Glover if he could forward me the link to create an account, but it looks like I'm not set up in the system yet. So if you could add me, that'd be great.
And probably, yeah.
Well,
John D'Amico. HN. I don't know if he's in your list or not.
What?
JO HN. There you go, third one down.
Here it is. I just take the email. Anyone else did I forget?
It looks like maybe you have forgotten. I saw Daniel wrote in, and I think Ashleisha. I don't know if Ashleisha's on there.
Immediately we try to fix.
I don't think I saw her name in there.
Daniel? What? This one?
Jurika, the first one. Yep.
This one? Okay. And Ash. No. How do I write it?
ASHLESHA. Like maybe she's not.
No.
Yes, 1 second. Actually, let me just see.
Ron, I just Skyped you her email address.
Fantastic.
Divikar, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And could you add somebody else also? We've just hired another documentation person. Her name is Savita, and let me just get her full name.
Can you Skype me her email?
Yes, I will Skype you her email. Just give me 1 second. See, I don't know if I have you in my contact list, Ron.
If you send
Yes,
it to
I
me.
do. Yep, I got it. Okay.
Daniel, did I put Daniel? Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Okay. Anyone?
Oh, Ron, I'm sorry. Could you delete the underscore between her name and add the period? Sorry about that.
Just a minute. Where is my email? Write it here.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Perfect.
When you will receive now an email, you have to enter, pick your password, and put your image. Gennady told me that a person without an image is, like me for example, is very problematic. So he wants, when you see the avatar, the small image, you can see it on the task, on other places. It is easier to understand who is involved. So if you can, it will be very nice for you to do it. Okay. Anyone else? No.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Okay, so I think this is all for now. Yes?
Yes, good job. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you for participating in this fantastic meeting. And that's all. Bye-bye.
Cool. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.